Hello everyone! Welcome back to another stream of this game. Right here. We are back with the Ace Attorney collections, and I think we've reached the very ending of the game. I think after this stream, the game is over, guys. And we're in the circus, as you can see. Last time we learned some pretty crazy things, some pretty crazy past stories, and we learned who the true mastermind is. Someone unexpected. The clown person. That's his name. His name is Clown Person. Anyway, glad all of you are here. Those of you that will soon be here, y'all be awesome, and let's have a good time. This truck, it wouldn't happen to be blue by any chance. Huh? So what if it is? We happened to see a blue truck ourselves just today, one with a large basket loaded, on the back. If that was the truck you told us about, then your statement about it not having moved in 2 days is a lie. Oh, hey, Emma's here! It's Emma! Woo! Agent Lang, Emma. There you are, Mr. Edgeworth, at last. I've been trying to find you ever since we wrapped up the case yesterday. Kay sent me a message saying you were here, so I came right away. And I found what you asked me to go look for. It was loaded onto a truck in the parking lot out back. A blue truck. Lion hot air balloon. Well, well. I think that truck might be the one we saw earlier today. In fact, I'm almost certain of it. No, even he has an objection now. What, just because it's blue, like a million other trucks? What makes you so sure it's the exact same one? No, I saw it too. It's the same one for sure. Huh? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? That wasn't me. Worthless are the words of a man who can't back up his claims with evidence. Wow, you sound just like him. Show me. I demand proof. I must be able to prove it somehow. It's the same truck, I'm sure of it. Huh? What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while. No way! You can tell just from that? What can I do to prove it's the same truck? Oh, he touched it, so fingerprint. I like to have the truck dusted for fingerprints. Huh? Why would you want to do that? Because I expect to find a certain very specific set of prints. And if I do, that will prove beyond all doubt that it's the truck we saw in front of the big building. Whose prints will prove it was the truck we saw? Simeon Saints. Nope, Miles Edgeworth's. Yours? You think you're going to find your own prints on there? I do, because I put my hand on your truck when I saw it in front of the big building. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Emma, could you lend us your scientific skills one more time? That's why I'm here. One moment, please. Alrighty, take it away, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? Me? Of course. Who else did you think was going to do it? Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you again. Fine. Although I don't see why you can't do it yourself. So, just spread the powder over the area you want to search for prints. Like this. Move the cursor around and pressing A will allow me to dust the area with powder. It sticks to fingerprints, so once you've found one, make sure you dump plenty on there, and then blow away the excess. Blow it away? Yeah, with your mouth. Haha, like that. Blowing with X should remove any excess powder. Normally, you would use the DS mic, but guess we don't have one here. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Alright, you got all that? Yes, thank you. Now to try it for real. Oh, there's no such thing as too much powder, by the way. Go crazy. Okay. Dust. Hey, Edgeworth! What's up? How you doing today? I mean, I know how you're doing today. You had a long Legend of Zelda stream. But, aside from that, how have you been? Don't mind me, I'm just dusting for prints. I think if I get all of it, it'll reveal like a secret print somewhere. The game developer's prints. Can I get all of it, I wonder? Can I cover the whole screen with the powder, guys? The entire screen and turn it completely white? Emma's like, alright already, geez. That's it. That's a nice clean print you got there. Can we compare it to my prints right away? Yep, leave it to me. You're a little tired, but good. I bet. That confirms it. It's my old Edgeworth's print, alright. And with that, another lie is exposed. Nyark! So what were you doing in the truck? Oh, just driving around. For fun, you know. Kay was abducted 2 nights ago, and your balloon was sighted nearby. Then today, another abduction, this time involving a truck, supposedly used to transport garbage, and your truck was sighted nearby. Coincidence? Nothing more. You want me to believe that you were near the scene of 2 separate abductions, simply by chance? Just be honest, you were involved in both. What makes you think they were even connected? A certain very important piece of evidence, that's what. Certain piece of evidence, which I kind of forgot. So what's the thing? What makes you think they're connected? 2 separate abductions. Heh. Oh, this should be good. What connects Kay and Sean's abductions? I will confess, I have no idea. I don't know, guys. What the heck? Sean's picture, maybe? The gloves? The heart statement, maybe? The anything? The guy's trained those animals for his own comfort and hid it from the world? I know. He's the true villain for sure. The true, real villain. I truly have no idea, guys. Claiming to be Kay. The truck itself. It does? Which part of it? This part right here. You don't sound so sure, Mr. Edgeworth. It's because he isn't. You're just a bluffing, aren't you? Earth. You saw right through me. That little ruse. Knapper was the same both times. They probably used some of the same techniques, right? Let's look back over everything connected with the abductions and see. The rest of us like comfort from fluffy animals too. I know, me too. I would. It would be messed up, but I would. Lock? Alright. The fake letters, maybe? Those were used in the last case, though. Nope. Nope. Not the fake letters. Well, this is called present evidence until we find the right one. Yeah, I like flat out have no idea. This is all like stuff I long since forgot. We gotta get this clown guy, guys. We gotta get him. Big building. They were near the big building. The flyer. The clown looked at the flyer. Saint looked at the flyer and he said, "Oh, that's the hero boy." The picture. Obviously. I don't think it's the Yatagarasu pin. Watch that, it is the Yatagarasu pin for some reason. Alright, is it the bull? Is it the tinier bowl or the security camera footage? I'll do the bowl first. Whoops. Let's not do the autosave. Let's load the actual save, maybe. The bug. An actual bug is the murderer. Heh. Connects Shay's and Sean's abductions. Is it the camera?
Take that.
Nope, not the camera. Is it the Miss Hart statement?
Take that.
We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll find it. The rehearsal tape? Nope, not the rehearsal tape. The gloves for some reason? We're running out of things that have to do with the kidnapping case altogether. Is it the gloves? Did I do the gloves already? I don't even remember. Is it the case? Nope. Alright, just in case I am gonna do the Yatagarasu pin. Nope, it's not the pin. Okay. I can rest easy now, guys. We're closing in on it. We're closing in on it, Edgeworth. We're gonna get it. We're looking for it. We're gonna find it. The report on night. The knight's possession. Oh, this bug?
Take that. Take that.
Nope, not the bug. Not that bug either. What the heck is it loading the autosave? Do not load the autosave game. We'll find it, guys. We'll find it. It's here somewhere. It's one of the things. The tape.
Take that.
This game is confusing, yeah. It is, but then again, all of the games are. This is good. Me floundering for a bit will, you know, it'll make time for more people to enter the stream. It's the bouquet. The bouquet has nothing to do with anything, but you never know. The game could say, yes, it's actually the bouquet! Ah! The sedative? Okay, it's the sedative. Why was it mixed in with the other stuff, then? Why was it mixed up with the... Hey, J-Man, what's up? More content. Are you ready for J-Man for more Ace investigations? I hope you are, because this is the Ace investigations. But yeah, why was the bottle mixed up with the old stuff from the other case? Kay was drugged with a dose of a powerful sedative, and a bottle of sedative was found right where Sean was being held captive. The very same brand, no less. Ha! I knew you'd try something like this. So the same sedative was used. So what? Doesn't that mean everything's connected? You know as well as I do that doesn't prove anything for sure. Yeah, we must have something. There must be a piece of evidence that can tie him to both crimes. Cops, prosecutors, you, Miles, they're all the same at the end of the day. You force the evidence to fit the crime, or you flat out make it up, just as long as somebody goes to jail. You're no different from a certain other evidence temperer we've had the misfortune of meeting. No, I'm nothing like him. I have no idea what J-Man just said, but, cool. Also, English. Also, cool. Objection. Then show me. Hit me with your killer piece of evidence. You must have one, right? It's no use. Don't have anything that can tie him directly to both kidnappings. Okay, you're about done here, Miles. No more cheap shots left to fire. Great, well I have a show to be rehearsing for. So if you don't mind. Oh, hello in Russian. Gotcha. Cool. Hey, come on now, you two. There's no need to get all hot under the collar. Wouldn't want your good looks running down your face now, would we, Simeon, old pal? What are you sticking your nose in for? Hey, I just sensed the vibe getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? Though I oughta lighten the mood. Help me out here, okay? Lift our spirits with a little dose of our own great thief magic. You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, let me see if I can do this. If I can do Simeon's voice. Here goes. Objection. What are you? Let's take this seriously, will you? Thought you could do with somebody running a little interference for you, Milester? Not the most ethical approach, I know, but again, Kay, again. You can worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. This is my last chance to try and prove a connection between Mr. Saint and his crimes. Let's forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything else that suggests that he is our mastermind? Of course. Canis was looking for our secret string puller too. The young pup, as he called him. I could prove that Mr. Saint was that same young pup, then perhaps. But what evidence do I have that might point to him being involved behind the scenes? Is it slightly concerning that you might know the entire Soviet Union anthem? Not really to me. To me, it's not alarming. Maybe to some parts of the world it does, but to me it matters not. So, cool! Alright, present the correspondence chess diagram. Yeah, I want to end this game with full health. So, if the game doesn't let me save, I'm gonna Google what to do. So, flip you. Take that! Hey, Mafia! Are you ready for the finale, Mafia? We found the mastermind, by the way, Mafia. I don't know if you were here when we found the mastermind, or if you saw him before when he was nicer. But we're here. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. That's right. Our mastermind must be involved in Canis and Knight's correspondence chess exchanges. If I can prove that Mr. Saint was the hidden intermediary between the two of them. Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. Do you remember, Mafia, the Simeon Saint? He had money on his head for a minute, that monkey. He was all cheery, and he was in the second case. Do you remember him at all? Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. You don't have anything, and I have to practice for the show, so if you don't mind. You do remember him? Well, guess what, Mafia? It's him! Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here, and I can't take any more of your interventions. Whew, just look at that face. Yeah, I like it. Malzarino's back in the game for sure. I'm Simeon the funny clown. Look at me. I'm, juggling. Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Saint, you're a fan of chess, I take it. Huh? Where did that come from? Chess? Sure, I don't hate it. Our secret string puller was playing correspondence chess with Mr. Canis. I thought Bronco was the one playing chess with Canis. You're saying he was your so-called mastermind? No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death. Take a look at this letter, if you would. Who do you think could have written it? Sheesh, I know, right? It was him all along. I believe it was the person who had inserted themselves between Mr. Canis and Knight. And you think that person is me? Why would I go to all that trouble? It's crazy. To make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. The very fact that led Fifi Lagarde to murder him. What? You're saying he set that up to try and get Mr. Knight killed? Listen to yourself. What do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? Does it remind you of Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter? Hisoka. Except, like, mega super evil, right? Am I right, J-Man? And yes, I've seen that show before. It's very good. You've seen me. I can barely even get the animals to do what I want. We could find one of the letters he passed between Knight and Canis. That would prove the connection beyond a doubt. I'd like to have your room searched. I believe we might find... letters? You won't. Trust me. What? Once I'm done with something, I put it straight in the trash. Guess I'm not the sentimental type. I get hung up on the past, right? Gah! He must have disposed of any incriminating items in order to cover his tracks. Guess you went in without the evidence you needed once again, huh? That's a bad habit, you know. So this doesn't prove anything either. We've fallen short yet again. What do we do now? Are we out of options? You accuse me of betraying my friend, and you don't even have any proof. You're despicable. Who was that? Oh, hi. Miss Barry? What does she want? Sorry, it's just, I was thinking about what you were saying, and... this Knight person, you mean Bronco, right? Simeon's friend? Yes, what of it? Does she know something? A letter came from him this morning, for Simeon. What? What did you... How is that possible? Knight is dead. Miss Barry, we need to see this letter right away. Sure, here you go. Let's open it up, shall we? Kinda makes sense if you think about how difficult it would be to survive if he actually had the personality he pretended. It would be. Like, really crazy. Here's my next move, pawn to g6. Can anybody else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you were never going to beat me, not at chess. It's another correspondence letter. The next move from the game with Mr. Canis. Can anybody else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you were never going to beat me, not at chess. It's postmarked the 26th of March, the day before Knight died. I guess I must have gotten held up en route. Well, we do move around a lot. It's part of being a traveling circus. Our mail arrives late all the time. Interesting that it's addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint. Gah! This is it, isn't it? The proof we needed is that you were the one facilitating Mr. Canis and Knight's games. One of the letters you would have transcribed into Braille, in order to create the illusion that they were somehow connected. Curse you, Bronco! You're still getting in my way even now. I hate you. I hate you! Simeon, how could you? Mr. Knight was your only friend. Huh, we weren't friends. I stopped thinking he was my friend 18 years ago. Right around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words. I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad at the contest. But then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, whining on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad says I have to do this, and if I don't do what he says, he's so scary. Stop it, Bronco, stop it. I have to go meet my dad, I promised. But if I'm not there to taste his candy for him, he'll be so upset. He needs me. If I don't go, he won't be able to show everybody he's the best in the world. But no, he locked me in that car with him, and the two of us nearly died. He thought he could get out, but when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. We were trapped. And that's how I lost my dad. What? You lost your dad? Yeah, Bronco's dad killed mine. He's the son of a murderer. What does he mean? That doesn't match up with what we know at all. Simeon, the victim in the IS-7 incident, was a guy named Artie Frost. Yeah, that was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remember was pretty mixed up. So I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered. The murderer was a man named Carmelo Gusto, a confectioner. Really? I never knew Bronco's father's name, or maybe I chose not to remember. Just thinking about the sicko that killed my dad turns my stomach. Mr. Saint, are you sure you didn't know the name of the murderer until just now? Heh, do you think I'd sit on it if I did? No, I'd have reported him to the police straight away. All I knew was that Bronco's dad tricked my dad, and that's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserved to die. I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you've made a mistake. A big one. A mistake? What do you mean? Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not so long before the murder, under the name Paul Halleck. So I hear, but I don't remember anything about that. I wish I could. Well, I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't, because he wasn't your father. Huh? Is this your idea of a joke? Well, it's not funny. Not at all. You're right, it's not, but you need to know the uncomfortable truth. Alright, I have a feeling, take that moment is coming up. Yep. This piece of evidence proves that you're not Artie Frost's son. Alright, let's see things close. Bloodstain, victim shoes, fire, final call. No. Topsy report. President Wayne was kidnapped. Nope. Sedative. Bouquet. Bug. Case file. This maybe? Victim Artie Frost. Persons of interest. Maybe this one? Maybe the case file?
Take that!
That's the problem. I don't have any memory banks, game. I don't have any memory banks. Okay, stop talking. You said the chess set, right?
Take that!
So, did you just know that, Edgeworth, or did you look up a guide? If you looked up a guide, do me a favor, don't look up a guide for me. Let me cook on my own first. And then when I ask for help, I'll ask you for help. But if you guessed, then good guess. There we go. There we go. Huh? Bronco's chess set and a ring? Yes. Take a look at the ring for me, if you would. What does the engraving on it tell you? It's 2 letters, right? It is. This is the seal with which Paul Halleck used to mark his works. Just remember the ring from last stream? Gotcha. Cool. And it was found next to Artie Frost's body 18 years ago. But why would Bronco have a memento of my father? The police looked for Frost's son for a long time, and eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight. What? But that's not... That would mean I was... Precisely. That you were in fact the son of Carmelo Gusto. No, that can't be. My dad was... I remember, don't I? Bronco tied me up and locked me in that car. It was his fault I lost my dad. He deserved to die, didn't he? No way. So, I get to see your pictures? No way, so I get to see your circus thing even though I'm in jail? Was looking forward to the next move in our little chess game, so the show is just the icing on top. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I will. And hey, come back soon, okay? I'll be mulling over my next move in the meantime. Oh, speaking of which, I put a little something in your chess set. But you can take a look at it later. A little something? No idea what that might be, but thanks. If you hadn't detained me 18 years ago, it wouldn't have had to end like this. Huh? Did you say something? Me? Oh, it was nothing. Goodbye, Bronco, and farewell. I did all that, and now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Broncos? Then what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why. I try to be like Canis. Why I stay in touch with him all these years. And there we have it. The truth at last. Mr. Saint, you were Mr. Canis' correspondence chess partner. And you were the one manipulating events the whole time. Yeah, you're right, it was me. It was me all along. At last, he's finally telling the truth. I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago, but you knew that already. The president's assassination, just as we thought. Which means he's the one who drew the picture. And they knew it too. That's why Lagarde kept questioning me, day in and day out. It got so I couldn't face what I knew what the next day would bring. I was a nervous wreck. In all fairness, both their dads were terrible people. I don't know. I don't know what the other dad did that was bad. I think just the Gusteau guy was bad. He was a bad. Who could blame me for wanting to get out of there? Unless you're saying the other. You know what? I don't know. This is so confusing. But I imagine it wasn't as easy as simply running away. Winter would have sent his men after you. No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't sleep that night. At night, even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows. It drove me crazy. So I joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. My whole life I have been up against chief prosecutor and the warden of a prison. No regular person could hope to stand up to people like that. From the time I was a child, I had nobody. But they weren't even the worst of it. The body double was behind it all, controlling everything. He may have been a fake, but he was a president of an entire country. What hope did I have? These games fry brains. They fry mine, that's for sure. But they're still so good. There was only one person I could turn to, Canis, the man who saved my life. He wasn't like Bronco. He really did want to help me. That's quite a claim. Strange to think of our famously ruthless assassin winning the adoration of the child he saved. He showed me how to stop being a victim, to stop being hunted, and become a hunter myself, and they all became my prey. But I doubt even you imagine that the body double would even go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No, I sure didn't, and as long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. The guard almost got away with it again. But I know him now like the back of my hand. I could see exactly how it was going to all go down. So we saw right through their plan. How Chairman Winter would try to suppress the evidence in Warden Lagarde's trial. I see. And that's why you kidnapped Sean, correct? You wanted to force a guilty verdict regardless of the presence of evidence or the rule of law. Good fried brains. Delicious! I mean, what? Maybe I did, but how else was I going to make them pay for what happened 12 years ago? Whatever helps you sleep at night. But Winter pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in the hope of influencing the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so fervently claim to hate. It's only if I'd actually kidnapped anyone at all. But I never do anything so wicked. Never ever. Me commit a crime? No, 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 no. And besides, I don't hate the three of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If they hadn't done what they did, my revenge wouldn't have been nearly as fun. So you admit it. Your motive in all of this was nothing more than revenge. Sure, I admit it. So what? I despise every single one of them. But here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody. The most you can blame me for is writing the odd letter here and there. A quick note to Ringer to tell her about Winner, another to him so he knew about her. But the fact that they wanted to kill each other and one of them succeeded, that was all on them. So you take no responsibility for the fact that your actions resulted in multiple murders. Right, same thing at Gourd Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. The whole fake assassination plot, I handed that to Bronco on a plate. That was part of his plan too. So Rook's murder was... No. That was all Bronco's idea. Nothing to do with me at all. A stars over Hyrule. Self-juggling squirrels, yep. This guy is wielding self-juggling squirrels. Who would have thought? How you doing, though? It's good to see ya. Still, it moved things in the right direction, wouldn't you say? Isn't fate a crazy thing? You can't talk like that about a murder. Setting Lagarde up was easy, too. I just made it seem like Knight and Candace were in contact with each other. And slipped the chisel inside the chess set. So it was you who put it in there? Yes, it was. I thought that might point everybody nicely in Candace's direction. Worked out pretty well, even if I do say so myself. Who knew that would be all it took to make that awful woman murder poor Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. Even the smallest thing can send your paranoia into overdrive, and then things get ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to be put into play, of course. Who? Me? You saw both cases and finally brought down Winner and Lagarde. I guess you could say your power of deduction were the weapon that put an end to them both. I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Sure, you didn't know you were doing me a favor. You were just playing at being an attorney for a little while, right? Murder squirrels? Oh, they're murder squirrels. Think they're going to attack when he loses? Maybe. He might. But what if he gets away? What if this is just a bad ending game? But yeah, I'm good. Today's the day we finish this game, Stars. What did you say? All I had to do was cower and say no a few times, and you rode to my rescue like the hero you are. Was getting arrested part of your plan too? No, that wasn't something I expected, I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. Made my blood run cold. For sure. But then who should come through to me with the turnabout to end all turnabouts? The greatest lethal mind of this generation, my knight in shining armor. I bet it felt pretty good saving me like that, huh? You ought to thank me, you know. I don't do that for many people. You're wrong. He wasn't playing at being an attorney. He was trying to help you, because helping people is what Mr. Edgeworth does. He helped me right when I needed it most. Kay. Aw, did he? You're sure he wasn't just trying on his dear departed daddy's shoes for size? No, that's not what he was doing. Come on, K-Meister, don't let this clown get you down. He's projecting, plain and simple, painting other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not just that he doesn't trust other people, the poor kid doesn't even understand the concept. Doing something for somebody else's sake? Forget about it, I'll never understand. You think I care what you have to say about me? Consider this for a second. I've gotten my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from, and yet... You can't prove I incited anything. Think about it. I never actually did anything. What's my crime exactly? Explain it to me. You think you can pin an incitement charge on me? Read my letters. I don't mention murder anywhere. If I did, maybe you'd have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them. But it's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all. It's not true. You kidnapped me. Sorry, but did I miss the part where you proved that? All I ever admitted to was sending letters. Letters which didn't threaten, coerce, or encourage anybody to do anything. I just passed on what you might call pertinent information. Gah, he's a slippery one, I'll give him that. There's gotta be something we can do. What about this? Excitement stuff he's talking about. Incitement, Kay. It means to encourage or direct another person to commit a crime. In the eyes of the law, it seems as equivalent to committing the crime itself. So then we just need to prove that he told him to do it. You say that like it's going to be easy. Guess maybe you're not so big on due process after all? You think you can make me carry the can for murders I had nothing to do with? Think again. I don't even have to talk to you if I don't want to. In fact, why am I still talking to you? I can think of one reason. The tent is surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Really? You don't think I planned my escape too? What if, just to pluck an idea out of nowhere, I trained all of these vicious wild beasts to attack on command, for example? All I'd have to do is say the word, then sidle off stage in the chaos. What? You wouldn't. I'm just spitballing, but you'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? I could just as easily take Sean hostage with the gun I may or may not have in my pocket. Yeah, you know what? That would make for a killer show. You will do no such thing. It's hard to know what lengths he might actually be prepared to go to, but knowing what we know about him already, you have to be prepared for the worst. Fine, I'll humor you, but once the curtain goes up on this little performance, it better be a lively one. Bore me and we're done here, alright? Let's see if you can keep me entertained, shall we? Gah, he's not going to give me an inch. But there must be something we can do. We can't let his crimes go unpunished. Uh-oh, does that mean if I press him, it's gonna hurt me too? Did he train murder squirrels? Maybe. He might have.
Hold it!
You encourage others to commit murder, and those murders were duly committed. And if I can prove it, you will be punished just as if you'd done the deed yourself. Yeah, what was the word for it again? I forgot already. Incitement, Kay. Chairman Winner, Warden Lagarde, and Bronco Knight. All were criminals in their own right, and all committed unforgivable acts. But all were induced to commit those acts by somebody behind the scenes. This man right here. Oh ho, oh ho, oh ho 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 ho. You really don't hold back, do you, Miles? But it doesn't change anything. You think you can put an incitement charge on me? Read my letters, I don't mention murder anywhere.
Hold it!
Nowhere at all? What? You didn't look? I can give you a minute if you'd like. He's clearly confident that I won't find anything. Must have planned those letters down to the last word. Look, I don't want to teach you how to do your job, but if you can't prove I encouraged them to commit those murders, your incitement charge goes up in smoke. Too bad, so sad, huh, Miles? If I did, maybe you'd have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them.
Hold it!
I know for a fact that you made those murders happen. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winner kill Little Miss Red Rosie Ringer. What? You told me yourself.
Objection.
Did I? And you can prove that. If you can't, this ends here. Just ask yourself, could the sweet innocent boy have done those things you're saying? No. Grrr, I hate to admit it, but he's right. Without proof, we have nowhere to go with this. We can only prove what he said on the phone call. That's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all.
Hold it!
The same story as always? What do you mean by that? Why does that matter? That's not important here. You know what is important, though. That you can prove nothing. Nothing! Grr. Until we have some way of showing that he's guilty, it's going to continue floundering. Either I trust items of evidence in front of him, thrust items and hope for the best, or I go over it one more time. Whatever method I choose, proof is the only way we're going to get anywhere. He confessed to me over the telephone. He told me he was the one who made Chairman Winner kill Rosie Ringer. He had to find a piece of evidence that proves what he said on that call. Whoops. Maybe one of the... I don't know. I don't know how we can prove it. I don't know how we can prove it. No. Drawing. Feet. Message left on Rosie Ringer. No, that's from the past. That's a past thing. Wait, did he really train murder? Oh, I read that. Good for me. Case file. Nope, that's the past again. Can't be a past item. Bug? Bug, maybe?
Objection!
Nope, not the bug.
Objection!
Not the bug. Well, I think it might be time for the guide guy. Something tells me. Maybe he'll give a clue, or Fender will give a clue here. I hope so. I hope so too. Miss Lloyd's tape? Recording of signals were intercepted. Maybe this.
Objection!
Okay. Maybe it's, on a different, like, thing. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. It's on a different thing. Does that make sense? Like it's on 2 and not 3? Maybe it's on here. This heart statement, Sean's rehearsal tape. Heart statement.
Objection!
Nope, no idea. Alright, to the guide, guys. To the guide! It could be anything for all we know. So give me a second, lads. We'll get there. Oh, come on. Come on, website. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay. Fourth statement. It's the fourth statement, guys, that I gotta do it. So it's here that we gotta do it. Like, it could be any one of them, you know? It could be any one of them that is the right answer. Let's try the bug again. The, tape. Either the bug or the tape.
Objection!
Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha ha! See? I told you, it's just choosing the right one. Alright, give me a second, guys. Let me... Oh, come on. Come on. Get full screen. Thank you! I'm afraid you're wrong. I have proof that you meant for at least one murder to happen, because you said so yourself. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winner kill Little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? I said that? Weird. I don't remember. I know you think you can worm your way out of everything, but this time you're wrong. I am. Yes, because our conversation was recorded by somebody intercepting the signal from the very listening device you planted. It was. You got your conversation with the clown here on tape? That's what you're trying to tell us? No. Langzy says, a schemer schemes will swallow him in the end. Miss Lloyd, could you play us the tape, please? You bet I can. Got it. It was this part right here. Mr. Edgeworth, that's Judge Cavell's cell phone. Who is this? You're the one who abducted Kay. I can't hear, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. It was right around here. I was so surprised as... Huh? That's weird. Something wrong, Miss Lloyd? I'll say, seems we maybe didn't quite catch the next part on tape. Ahem. What? Why? How could it not be on there? Aw, poor babies. You think I'd leave myself wide open like that? Well, think again. There's something a little special about that bug, you see. It can be turned on and off remotely. What? I never knew they make those. Remote control bugs? Sure they exist, but... So you switch it off to avoid being recorded? Bingo! But how? You would have had to know you were being recorded in the first place. And I did. Of course I did. It was so obvious that someone was eavesdropping, and that's because, Miss Lloyd, was it? You knew about the kid prosecutor kidnapping without any prompting. No. You heard the whole conversation? I did indeed, old pal, but I must say, I thought you would have figured it out much sooner. Are you supposed to be a genius prosecutor? Nyeh. Now, where were we again? Oh yeah, at the part where if you couldn't prove incitement, it was game over. Ah, well. Grr. Aw, shucks, so my tape isn't gonna be of no use to nobody after all? Come on, I must have recorded something you can use. If only that were true. Hey, K-Master. Yeah? The old bugaroo, it was hidden in your pin that whole time, right? That shake anything loose from the old brain tree? I don't know. Give me a sec to think. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before. So sad, relying on flawed evidence. Desperately trying to make it stick. Well, that's quite enough of that for now. Next topic, please. Huh? He's trying to steer us away from our current line of inquiry? You're the only one who has been directly in contact with him before. Kay had a one-to-one encounter with him only recently. What if the sound from that point in time had been recorded? Miss Lloyd, how long were you recording the intercepts from the bugs for? Started about, let's see now, 2 nights back? In which case, during which time frame would be likely to find Mr. Saint's voice on that tape? I don't remember when, the K kidnapping was. 2 nights ago, maybe? Mr. Saint abducted Kay and took her up to the roof of the big building. 2 nights ago. What if there was a recording from around that time? Miss Lloyd, quickly, play us on any tape you have from the night before last. Huh? Oh, sure thing. That's the sound of the balloon. Indeed it is. At around that time, I imagine Mr. Saint would have been transporting you in it, which means he can't have been too far away from you, or the bug. Is there anything else on the recording, I wonder? Bang, ka-chang. I know that voice from anywhere. That is Mr. Saint. He made those noises. He said those words. Wait, that noise? That was a gunshot. Bzz, bzz. Heh, you turned the bug off then, too, it seems. Unluckily for you, you were a little late in doing so. There's no escaping it now. That gunshot ties you directly to the case. Huh? What are you talking about? Nobody even mentioned a gun. He's wrong. Somebody involved with this case discharged a firearm. Just need to remember who it was and present the piece of evidence that proves it. A gun was used in an incident related to this case. I don't remember. I don't remember anything, guys. It's a new day. My memories of all past events are gone. The balloon, maybe? Bang on the balloon. Very informative sounds I see. They speak thousands of words alone. Oh, yeah. The sounds speak volumes. Alright, here we go again. The gun shoot the balloon, maybe. You know what I mean? Come on, Milester, this isn't like you need to focus up here. Forgive me. person who fired the gun the same person that kidnapped me, do you think? Possibility, but not certainty by any means. You'll find a piece of evidence tying somebody involved in the case of the firearm. We don't even have, like, the gun on us, I don't think. Shush. Shush. Is there a videotape that would show the thing, maybe? Nope, that's Sean's rehearsal tape. Security camera footage?
Take that!
Nope. Alright. Down the list we go, guys. Down the list we go again. I have no idea.
Take that!
Correspondence chess? Obviously it was correspondence chess, guys.
Take that!
Obviously the picture. Check the profiles? No. I can't present the profiles. We could in other games, but in this game we cannot do that.
Take that!
So it's not any of the profiles. Yeah. Sad. Sad to say. It's probably none of these, but just in case, maybe it is one of these. You just never know. You know.
Take that!
This is another part where I wish someone who was who knew this game well would be in here. Did I do this one yet?
Take that!
I don't even remember. Just any Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Pro would give me a clue, would direct me to like a hint.
Take that!
Like it's on this page. No, it's on this page. No, it's on this page. Sadly, sadly no.
Take that!
Alright, here we go. So the first section is, or the last 2 pages or whatever are not it. It's the autopsy report of the random dude there. It's the case file, obviously. Is it the pin?
Take that!
Nope. Well, it's not the pin. Alright, good to know. Now we can knock the pin off the list. Did I do this? Sedative?
Take that!
It's the sedative, guys! Duh! It's the bouquet, obviously. Nope. It's the Miss Lloyd tape. Nope. Not the Miss Lloyd tape. It's the bug. Duh, it's obviously the bug. Just kidding, no it's not. It's the Knight's Possessions. I bet there's someone watching this on YouTube in the future saying like, oh my god, how do you not know the answer? It's so obvious. Well, it's not obvious to me. Well, we're closing in on it, guys. We're, you know, marking off what it's not. Is it this case? And like I said, this is what I did back in the day. This is all I did. When I didn't know the answer, just do each piece of evidence until I find the answer. I did that all the time when I first played these games. back in the day. You don't think it's obvious either. Yep, you would need to use your brain. And sadly, I am missing one.
Take that!
Did I do the videotape already? No, I didn't. Yeah, I did not. But it's Sean's thing, so...
Take that!
It wouldn't make sense that it would be that. But it still could be that for all we know. We're getting there.
Take that!
It's Sean's rehearsal tape, which means it was Sean the whole time. I should have known.
Take
It's
that!
Miss Hart's statement. Should have started at the beginning, guys. I should have started at the beginning. Oh well. It's the security camera. Camera. It wasn't the security camera. It was the bull. It was the bigger bull. It was the picture. Is it the building itself? Alright, we did this, and I'm gonna do this one now. Which means it'll be one of these 6 if I'm wrong.
Take that!
Nope. Alright, forged letter?
Take that!
Okay, it's none of them. That means it's one of those 4. One of the 4 there. Now let's actually think. Like, why is it one of those 4? Crushing. There wasn't a gun involved here. Is it the monster footprints? Cause there were loud bang noises when the thing was happening?
Take that!
Nope. Maybe it is the autopsy report? It's the autopsy report. Why is it the picture of the president? Why is it the picture of the president? You don't understand it either. Well, we're about to. President Wing's autopsy. Well, this isn't an autopsy report. This is the picture of President Wing. It needs to actually look like an autopsy report, like a folder kind of like thing, like this. So this would throw anyone off. So yeah, kind of not cool there, game. Don't have the autopsy report be a picture. Be an autopsy report.
Take that!
It's written right here in the president's autopsy report. Traces of gunshot residue were detected on his hand. Irk. And where was Kay when the gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was in the balloon being taken by you to the top of the big building. However, the roof wasn't as deserted as you needed it to be. Yes, I was there with the president. Wait, not long after we started talking, he noticed something and told me to leave. And if a gunshot rang out shortly after that, don't tell me you didn't hear it yourself, Mr. Saint. Not when it sounds crystal clear in this recording. You're just going to pretend to ignore me? What else do you expect me to do when you keep spouting your weird theories? We didn't just hear a gunshot on that tape. Bang! Ka-ching! If you listen carefully, you can hear that the bullet hit something too. Could the president have been aiming at Mr. Saint? What would the bullet have struck? Well, I did not save it before this, so to the guide! Woo! me a second, guys. Give me a second. Let's see. Hot air balloon. This.
Take that!
I think the president was firing at the balloon. There's also this thing. Whoops. God, this website is so finicky. This website, this guide that I'm on. Oh, it's so weird. Just let me go full screen, thank you. Actually, have it consistent. Either have all autopsy reports be files or pictures so people can learn and know what to look for. Well, autopsies were never pictures in any of the Phoenix Wright games or Miles Edgeworth games until now. So, yeah, it's gotta only be a picture. Or, not a picture, it has to only be an autopsy report. You know what I mean? I think the president was firing at the balloon. And if he was, what we heard on that tape could have been the bullet hitting the basket. Let's take a look and see, shall we? Aha! What do we have here, guys? A hole with a bullet stuck in it. There's a bullet hole in the bottom of the basket. I'd call that pretty conclusive proof. Again, it's not a big deal. I am always confused with these games. I always constantly have to look up things. Doesn't change the fact that the stories are great. Yeah. It's just someone being backwards and reinventing wheels. Yep. No need to reinvent something that's already good. Well, Mr. Saint, how do you explain not just the sound on the tape, but the accompanying bullet hole? Kehehehehe. You see everything, don't you? It's pretty impressive, I have to admit. I doubt there's anything I could hide from you if you really wanted to find it. Just shut up and confess, will you? Alright, alright. No need to get cranky. At least I'm looking the guide up for these things if it's too confusing. Otherwise, I'd be presenting evidence at each and every statement, and that would take so long. I'll admit I flew the balloon up to the roof, but when I arrived, Judge Gavelle and the president were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say. Only the president noticed me, and he made the good judge leave right away. Then he pointed his gun at me and fired. But why was he trying to shoot down up the balloon? Oh, that's simple enough. When I arrived, he was just about to murder your friend the judge here. Me? Yeah, you. You told him about Sean. What did you think would happen? Why do you think he met with you in the first place? He thought you were going to expose him as an imposter. Because she knew the truth about Sean's parentage, he was afraid. Ha! Afraid? Yeah, you could say that. The man was a total coward. His hands were shaking so much when he tried to get rid of me, he couldn't even shoot straight. So you see, I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was an innocent bystander. I don't think so. I'll admit I flew the balloon up to the roof, but when I arrived...
Hold it!
Around what time would that have been? Just after 11, I think. That's when you and your pal went up to the roof, right, Your Honor? Yes, it was. No contradictions there, but the fact that we've confirmed the time is important nonetheless. And because I arrived when I did... Attempted murder, Grey move. Attempted murder, well done, Mr. Fake President. Judge Gavelle and the President were already there. They came as a surprise, I have to say.
Hold it!
So you didn't expect to find the two of them there? Of course not. Why would I? But it's lucky I got there when I did. We all know what would have happened if I'd been any later. He was just about to try and kill you, Gavelle. You really didn't suspect a thing? I'm afraid I did not. I have no idea. Maybe you shouldn't have blabbed to him about the kid. Did you ever think about that? I was merely trying to... Sniffle? What kind of mother are you? You're lucky he didn't kill you and then go after the boy. I'm your opponent here, not Judge Gavelle. Now leave her alone and tell us what we need to know. Don't worry, Your Honor. I'll take it from here. I am in your debt, Mr. Edgeworth. As is Sean, I trust that you will look after us both. And I pray that the goddess of justice will watch over us all. Your precious goddess didn't even warn you there was a balloon right in behind you. Only the president noticed me and he made the good judge leave right away.
Hold it!
He made her leave? But why? Wasn't he planning to kill her? Sure, but I'll bet he didn't want to do it in front of a witness. Murderers don't tend to like that. She still didn't know he wasn't the real president, right? His secret was safe for the time being. And now that he knew about Sean, he could kill both of them whenever he wanted. You two got lucky when he died, huh? Why the frowns? I'd be smiling from ear to ear if I were you. Hee hee. I don't think anybody will be smiling until this matter has been cleared up once and for all. So please continue if you would. Kehehe. Your wish is my command. Where were we? Oh yeah, that coward of a fake president. I guess a witness suddenly appearing in the sky must have shaken him up pretty badly and he panicked. Then he pointed his gun at me and fired.
Hold it!
You're lucky that the bullet only struck the bottom of the basket. Yeah, I tried to get out of there the second he pulled out that gun. Couldn't have my balloon go pop, but it was a close run thing. So you left right then and there? Of course I did. He was shooting at me. Are you saying there's a problem with that? Does that present a problem? I'm gonna go with probably. In the end, you managed to leave Kay there up on the rooftop? Which means you didn't actually leave the vicinity, did you? Oh yeah, guess I forgot to tell you the next part. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch into the 51st floor. I hung around a little longer to make sure the coast was clear, and I landed on the roof. Would you mind appending that statement to your testimony? Makes no difference to me. After he shot me, he escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor. Let's save the game. How come they don't need to hydrate? If I talked half as much as them, my throat would be super dry. They're just crazy. They never need drinks, I guess. The hatch that leads to the storeroom where the items from the underground auction were kept? The auction? My memories are still a bit fuzzy, but the auction was 2 days ago, right? Indeed. The auction was being held on the 50th floor that day. And a bunch of people were going in and out of the storeroom when it was happening, yes? They were. Which means that if the president really did escape the way Mr. Saint says, somebody must have seen him. There's no way he could have passed through there unnoticed. Problem is the time at which each event occurred. But should the times line up, I can think of a certain piece of evidence that could prove helpful to our case. Story is that he just happened to witness the events on the roof from the balloon. Assuming that it come along when he did, Judge Cabell might have been in serious trouble. Basically, he's our savior, right? Don't think it's quite this simple. After all, he was there to commit a crime too. In order to expose that crime, we'll need to go over his testimony in detail. Yeah. Alright, let's save the game again. Now we know we need evidence. Evidence that, like, Lotta was there, maybe? Watching Miss Hart's statement.
Objection!
Ha! Ho ho! You're lying to us again. I am. The president never entered the storeroom in the night before. Miss Hart testified to that fact. What? And you believe the word of a 2-bit hack over mine? I beg your gosh darn pardon. Says that about the chief again, I dare ya. I'll wipe that smile right off of your stupid clown face. So we know Hart was camped out on the 51st floor that entire evening. But if our fake president didn't escape through there, then how the heck did he get off the roof? An excellent question, and the one that I had hoped to provide an answer to next. We know that he didn't leave via the elevator, so neither that nor the hatch are possibilities, which leaves only one possible way of escaping the rooftop. Let's save the game again. How did the president leave the rooftop if it wasn't via the elevator or the hatch? The balloon?
Take that!
He flew. He flew? Yes, in Mr. Saint's balloon.
Objection!
Well, quit fooling around, will you? Why in the world would I give that guy a lift in my balloon?
Objection!
There was a security camera on the elevator, and Miss Hart was on the 51st floor the whole time. There's no other way he could have left that rooftop. Kehehehe. You know what the circus is all about? Making the audience think you're in danger, giving them a thrill. But it's time to bring this act to an end. I'm not in danger here, even if you think I am. What do you mean? Watch and learn, Miss Hart. Can I ask you something? You were keeping guard on the 51st floor the whole time, right? Never even blinking for a moment? You bet your big toe I was. I done said as much in my testimony.
Objection.
Something really enjoyable about Edgy's arrogant shrug. I do like it as well. Huh? So the noise, the sound of Miles' faithful assistant falling through the hatch. Then that didn't scare you so badly that you fainted? So maybe I ought to have mentioned this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. Well, passed out, unconscious you might say. What happened? That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor. What? Well, so what if I did? Ain't a girl in the world don't get caught a little unawares sometimes. Keh. Sorry, Miles, but that's what you get for putting your faith in these people. Doesn't matter. Kay can't have fallen down the hatch until after the president left the roof. Are you sure about that? Allow me to offer a little counter theory. The coward fake president fired his gun at me. Then he hid in the shadows until after your friend fell down the hatch. What? So what if he did? What would that mean? Come now, surely even you can see what I'm insinuating here. It's elementary. The president hid until after Miss Hart fainted. He could have passed right through the 51st floor undetected. No. And there we have it. Your little theory about the secret storeroom falls apart. No! Did he have to do this to me in my own voice? That's right. Oh, and another thing. I might have let Sean's identity slip to our pal the president while he was hiding in the shadows. That's why he went to the set to try to murder him the next day, only to wind up being killed himself. That's right, it was Sean who murdered the body double. What possible reason could the boy have for doing so? Oh, a pretty good one. He already knew he was the president's son. And how did he discover that exactly? Because I told him in one of my trademark letters. What? He's lying. Oh, you bet I am. Huh? Or am I? Maybe I did tell him, and maybe I didn't. Well, Shawnee boy, which is it? It was my fault that Taurosaurus' head fell off the roof. I admitted that much already. But I didn't find out about my dad until today, I swear. Huh? Well. I knew about the falling head thanks to the bug, but who knew it was you who made it fall, and the president died from being crushed, was it? Alright, well that confirmed at least. You were the murderer. Congrats on getting your revenge. That ties everything up pretty neatly, wouldn't you say? Although I guess you'd say something more like, and so the pieces fall into place at last. Well, counter my unassailable logic if you can. You know, my MO right now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. That was the case with Bronco, with Chairman Winner. So what makes you think I'd let that fake president set foot in my balloon? Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that mottled monster head. And who set the old Taurosaurus' noggin a-fallin', It all makes perfect sense. That's how our imposter wound up dead, no doubt about it. And what was the motive behind the murder? The little truth I shared, just like that, I said. Get it? The truth, that thing you're so fond of. That's what caused the murder here, not me. No, that's not possible. Well, is there a detective in the house? Someone arrest that boy. Can't help noticing nobody rushing to slap on the handcuffs. What's the matter? Grrr. Curse you. Just as I thought. Admit it, you're all the same. You, Winner, that idiot phony president. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into a jail cell, don't you? That's the justice you all claim to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs. That's not true. Huh. Well, if you're not going to make the move, I guess I'll have to step outside and speak to an officer myself. Once I tell them the kid's here's a murderer, maybe they'll finally do something. We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint. How did I know you'd make some excuse for stalling even longer? Hey, Nicholas! How you doing? Accidentally killing someone is not the same as murder. This snake, I know, right? He's a mean guy. But how have you been, Nicholas? But you still don't have any proof, do you? Or might any chance of winning this? Tell me I'm wrong. And yet you still want to prolong the agony? Well, as long as you know what you're doing. Oh boy. Nah, he's not holding back. What? Did you forget that little Shawnee's life is on the line too? Doing good, that's good. Are you ready for the ending of this game, Nicholas? 'Cause it's happening. Hey, Malzarino, take a deep breath for me, would you? Why would I do that, Fender? Because it's times like these you need to kick back, take stock, and be grateful for what you have. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show our biggest smiles. Remember? The way in which the president made his escape is what you and Laughing Boy can agree on. How about this for a little thought experiment? What if it's not about whether the big guy in the purple jacket got on the balloon or not, but rather, under what conditions would Simeon have been cool with letting him get on board? A turnabout in thinking. Forgive the interruption, just my 2 cents worth, or your old man's, I guess I should say. Maybe Gregory's techniques can still prove useful in this crazy modern era. He's right. Under what circumstances could the body double have been allowed on that balloon? He was physically imposing man, and what's more, he was carrying a gun. Could he have been drugged? No, there were no traces of sedatives found during his autopsy. In which case, surely not. Are you about ready to continue, Miles? And don't forget, this is what we're playing for. Arg, this is going to be tricky. I have to tear his testimony down one statement at a time. You are ready? Alright, let's do this, Nicholas. You know my MO by now, right? My hands gonna pull a few strings there.
Hold it!
The strings in question being those of Sean and the President's body double in this case. You seem pretty confident of your abilities in that particular arena. Is that so weird? I'm an animal tamer, remember? And what's the wildest animal of them all? That's right, humans. Didn't take much to get those two dancing to my tune. A little truth here, a little hint of revenge there. Somebody ought to thank me. I did this world a favor. Mr. Edgeworth, he's scaring me. Don't let him get under your skin, Kay. You have to stay strong. This man showed the seeds of another's revenge in order to achieve his own. And it's our duty to stop him, and we will succeed in that duty. Why do people do bad things, huh? Don't they realize it'll just come back to bite them in the end? It's not just a snake, he's a zombie snake. He did get hit by the bullet, and the fake president stole the balloon. So he's a zombie. So this is a scary game. A zombie game. And so you insist that you had no direct involvement in any of what occurred? What can I say? I don't like to get my hands dirty. Sure do love to watch the action unfold, though. All those idiots desperately trying to kill one another and they don't even know I lit the fuse. I love it. Ha! You haven't changed. All you did 12 years ago was watch, too. Talking about the whole SS5 thing? Hehehe. Stop it. Your poor papa, scrabbling around for answers and finding nothing. Shucks. What do they call that again? Oh yeah, rank incompetence. Grrr. Grrr, how dare you! Agent Lang, please. You don't know the half of it, you damn clown. Your father may not have closed out this case, not publicly anyway, but it was thanks to his work that we're standing here right now. Hehehe, sorry to butt in, Miles, but your little pep talk isn't going to magically solve this case. Now I know you have your theories. So what makes you think I let that fake president set foot on my balloon?
Hold it!
It's the only way he could have gotten down from the roof of that building. Alright, let's game this one out, shall we? Suppose I took him down to the ground like you said. What's wrong with doing that?
Objection!
So you admit it, you did take him out on your balloon?
Objection!
You're really obsessing over this one little detail. This isn't like you, Miles. And how do you think it went down? He held me at gunpoint and said, "Show me the city at night." That's ridiculous, and you know it is. But did you really fail to think this through?
Objection!
You said yourself you gave him Sean's identity. Surely that was enough to win him over.
Objection!
Win him over? The man who shot at me? No. Then you must have put him to sleep and carried him away like you did with me.
Objection!
Very well. Let us suppose that if that to be true for a second. Did the autopsy report show the presence of sedatives?
Ark, it's no good. He's just not giving us an opening.
Anyway, never mind all that. There are way more interesting things I'd rather talk about. Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that model monster head.
Hold it!
You're joking? Why does it feel like it could be a real case from the series? It could be. It'll be in the third game. Actually, I have some doubts about that. I mean, if the president really was killed by the Taurosaurus head... Don't tell me you're throwing your own pet theory in the trash, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. Aren't you the one who went all that trouble to prove the man squished by head hypothesis was true? It may have been my theory at one point, but that was when we thought the head was the only thing that could have crushed him. Why the past tense? That's still your theory, no? It's not like you to have anything else right now. The president's body double was crushed under the falling Taurosaurus head. Fact. No. There must be something, some other piece of evidence that could link this man to the president's death by crushing. Don't you think it's time you gave up, Miles? I don't like watching you struggle like this. I know who did it. The model head is practically screaming its name. His name, rather. Who said the Otaurus is... crushed by the weight of disappointment. Oh, maybe. Sure. Sean was the one who caused the head to fall, that much we know. He even admitted it himself. Fantastic, so we're all in agreement. Well done, everybody. Case closed. Sean Penn killed the fake president, and that's that. Somebody get those cops in here. Not so fast. This case is far from closed. Still scrabbling, huh? Well, alright then. Enlighten us, and be quick about it. You can't. I want to see the kid in handcuffs. Are you only a stickler about the law when things are going your way? Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do? What do we do? Think, Miles. Think. If Mr. Saint killed the president's body double, it would have to have been happening while the two of them were together on the roof. Or would he have had to have had? That's the answer. That will tell us how he was killed. He's not going to make this easy, is he? How the president died, it was a very particular cause to say the least. You assume he was crushed by the Taurosaurus head, and the whole thing becomes Sean's fault, right? But what if that wasn't the president was crushed by? Is there something else that could have exerted a similar kind of force? Maybe the balloon crushed him somehow? He died to emotional damage? Maybe. Whoops. Whoopsie. Did not mean to do that. I'm gonna try the hot air balloon on the third statement. And if it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna Google what it is, because I have no idea. The prosecutor badge. Sadly, Star, I don't have my prosecutor badge. It can't be that, sadly. Aha! It was the balloon! Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster. What? Did you really just say that? You? Oh, I get it. He's the kid who can communicate with giant beasts, right? Did he use his special powers? The only person in communion with monsters was you. Sorry, but you must have me mixed up with somebody else. No monster pals here, I'm afraid. Heh, why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you can make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Saint, and I can prove it. What? You're talking about the lion balloon? Yes, a quivering mockery of a monster filled with hot air, but a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Saint himself. Sorry, you lost me. What are you trying to say exactly? Dret meow. Woof. I know, right? You seem very keen to stick to your story about having manipulated Sean and the president, but no matter how true you may have wanted it to be, that was nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding, and that president was dead long before he left that roof, having been killed by your balloon. Oh, I get it. That thing may look lighter than air, but it weighs a few 100 pounds, right? When the president attacked you from the roof, you had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you chose, landing the balloon right on top of him. You didn't need to let him ride on that balloon, and he didn't need to coerce you into taking him. Because what you took away was his dead body.
Objection.
Wait a minute now, Miles. If what you're saying is true, the president would have been killed 2 nights ago, which would mean the time of death recorded in the autopsy was wrong. It would? Wow, you're really losing your touch. Look again. It's written right there. Time of death, April 5th on approximately 11 p.m. Clear as day. Gah! What are you guys doing in chat right now? You sillies. April 5th? That was yesterday, which means... Exactly. It means he died when the Taurosaurus head fell off of that roof. Alright, Sean, it's time to be honest with us all. You know it's the right thing to do. You killed your daddy, didn't you? You hated him, didn't you? We get it. Who wouldn't? He just left you. What kind of a father would do that? No, that's not what happened. I already told you. I didn't know who he was until today. Oh, but you did know, because I told you myself. Gah, could my theory really have been so wide off the mark? Of the mark? I want to thank you once again, Miles. You hounded Winter and Lagarde until their crimes were finally exposed, and by ruining them both, you helped me get my revenge. Gotta love those powers of deduction. If the time of death matched up, everything else would fit. So, could he possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Oh, and what was the other guy's name again? Carmelo Gusto? Even ran him down for me. That was some great work you did there. Of course, Gusto. The IS-7 incident. He killed Frost and froze his body in order to conceal it. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. They determined that the murder occurring during afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo. Road chirp back. I only wish I could have been there to see his downfall too. How can you say that? He was your father. It's so scary. Miss Lagarde just keeps asking and asking about what happened that day. Where are you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Please, I need you to come take me away. Is it because I broke my promise? Because I didn't show up in time to help you taste your work? He was no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of person would do that? We may have shared the same blood, but that's it. Father, what a joke.
Objection.
You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you share more than blood. Hate him all you like, but you're more like your father than you know. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Fate can be strange sometimes, but this was no coincidence. You and your father were the same even in the methods you chose. You deliberately threw off the time of death just as he did. That's right. We had to rescue him from a warehouse refrigeration unit down by the harbor. Refrigeration unit in a depot? I threw off the time of death. And how did I do that exactly? By hiding the president's body in a very specific place. You hid the body right here. Okay, I know what it is. I just forgot the name of it. So, be right back again, guys. I'm just gonna look up the name real quick because I forgot. It is the depot.
Take that.
You decided to keep the body cool somewhere. Oh my god. Guide and thing, please. Just work with me here. You needed to keep the body cool somewhere, and you also needed somewhere to keep Sean. Heh, who knew that the two were connected? You're talking about the kidnapping again? Why are we bringing that up now? Because as much as you may wish we had forgotten, we knew you kept Sean in a refrigeration unit. The same place, the same refrigeration unit in which you kept the president's body. Just as your father froze the body he was trying to conceal 18 years ago. What? You're saying I'm the same as him? The same as an animal who abandoned me? A sad irony, but an undeniable truth, nonetheless.
Objection.
You watched too many crime shows, you thought of the freezing as soon as you heard obscuring time of death. That's silly. Yeah, a lot of, way too many crimes.
Shut up. I'm nothing like him. I could never be like him. He's nothing to do with me, and we're nothing alike.
Objection!
Sorry, kiddo, but I think it's pretty clear that you and old Gusto have more than a little in common. You even told us you didn't like sweet stuff way back when we first met, right? If that's not a product of your daddy's issues, I don't know what is.
Gah, you don't understand.
You may have tried to disown your father, but he lives on in everything you do. You think the same way. And you're every bit as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar. Sniffle, Warg! Or should I say, I don't know anything about a refrigeration unit, and the kidnapping, nothing to do with me.
Objection!
Nonsense. You did it so you could blackmail Judge Cavell. We know for a fact that you were involved.
Objection!
You're a real danger to be around, you know that, Miles? What aren't you going to accuse me of? But it changes nothing. You still don't have any proof of incitement, of kidnapping, of anything. Oh wait, or are you planning on maybe fabricating some? Taking a leaf out of the old Winner playbook?
Nerk. Never. I would never do that. I can't let myself rise to the provocation.
What was that line? No matter what happens, we must find the truth? Something like that? Huh, but only when the truth suits you, huh? That's how the law keeps people down, isn't it? And why I had to get my revenge for myself. Hee. I got away with it. I got away with it all. Lagarde, Winner. And now you. None of you can touch me. This is bad, Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't there anything we can do?
Everything points to this man being our culprit, but we need evidence, even just one piece.
Alright, it's been fun, but it's time we brought this little show to an end, don't you think? Stick around for the main event though, won't you? I'll even let you in for free, if you'll finally admit defeat. Hee.
Hold it? Who just holded it? Who said that?
Gumshoe.
Sorry to keep you waiting, sir.
Gummy, where have you been?
I've been doing my job, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me.
And Detective Gumshoe, do you have anything to report?
I had them look into a few things real quick, sir. About the refrigeration unit where the kid was kept. It was registered to the Berry Big Circus, just like you said. And there it is, just in the nick of time.
Excellent work, Detective. Well, Mr. Saint. Must be some kind of mistake. Why would a circus need a refrigeration unit? You reached 27 K-channel points. Yay!
Well done, Edgeworth.
A valid question, I suppose. But we're no experts on the circus trade. Perhaps we should ask your department manager for her thoughts on the matter. Well, Miss Berry? We do hire a unit to store all the food for the animals, but I don't know where it is. I leave all that to Simeon. He's so good at that kind of thing.
You fool!
Eek, Simeon, you're scaring me. Such a shame, but rushing to find a solution after the fact so often leads to mistakes. You knew that if the body was found in the unit, the suspicion would fall on you. So you panicked and moved it to the grounds of the big building instead.
Gah!
But you weren't counting on Sean being found in the unit when you kidnapped him. If only you'd known you were up against a great thief and an even greater detective. Is everything alright? You're looking a little pale. Don't think you've won just yet, Miles. You're missing proof for the most important part of your little theory. I am. Perhaps you could enlighten us. You don't have any evidence that I crushed the presidential faker with that balloon. And I know you don't, because there isn't any. I'm afraid there is.
What?
If Mr. Saint murdered the victim as we think he did, there should be traces of your misdeed on this piece of evidence. And I forgot. So, yeah, be right back, guys. Or rather, I didn't get a chance to save. present... Someone not given up yet. Decisive proof. Present the hot air balloon.
Take that!
Analysis of the balloon basket should turn up the evidence we need. Hee hee hee. That balloon again? You already have your bullet hole.
Alright, let me get back into the chat room again. Come on, just get into it, please. For flip's sake, you already have your bullet hole. What else do you expect to find? You're grossed out by the refrigerator stuff, so many germs.
Ew. Especially like dirty ones.
We, expect to find plenty, actually. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? If there's truth to be found, then he'll find it. He's a hero of justice.
He sure is. We'll find something for sure. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of way tighter spots than this one.
What they said. We believe in you, Miles Areno. And so does your pop. He's looking down on you right now, I know he is.
Just stay calm and see this through to the end, Miles Edgeworth. A perfect victory is only moments away. The President's body double was killed by the balloon. Traces of a certain substance will prove that. I know what it is already. The guide had it like right next to it. Corpse germs, food germs, and too many germs. I know, you. And you, Simeon Saint, will pay for your crimes at last. I'm looking forward to this. Time to wrap up the mysteries of past and present once and for all.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deal the final blow to this unforgivably wicked man.
The last piece of evidence will prove your guilt beyond a doubt. What should we expect to find on the balloon if it was used to crush the president?
The flowers!
Take that!
When Sean found the president's body, he also found a bouquet of lion lilies. Lion lilies, symbol of the connection between parent and child, a popular flower back in Zhangfa.
That's your proof? A bunch of flowers that will be rotting at the dump by now? A bunch of flowers that Sean threw away? So much for your beautiful symbol of parental connection.
Grr, that's got nothing to do with any of this.
Ignore him, Sean. You threw those flowers away, that much is true. But the bond they represented remains as strong as it ever was. The President held on to them until the last, an act which provided us with our final piece of evidence.
What? What are you talking about?
The flowers Sean disposed of had been squished flat. They must have been crushed by the balloon. We examined the basket for traces of lion lily pollen. What do you think we might find? No, you don't need to do that. You looked over the basket just now. Anyway, if there was pollen stuck to it, you would have seen it. Those flowers are bright yellow.
Not all evidence is visible to the naked eye, Mr. Saint.
Huh? Emma? Yeah? I'd like to call on your scientific skills once again, if you don't mind. Leave it to me. Alright, let's take a look at this balloon basket, shall we? Ah, I've got something. Bright yellow pollen, just like you said. If it's from the same flowers, shouldn't it take more than another quick test to prove it?
What?
And there we have it.
You murdered the president, and this murder you carried out yourself.
No, how could this? No!
You crushed the president with that balloon.
Then you loaded his body into the basket and took him to the refrigeration unit.
But why? Why go to the trouble of removing the body?
Because he knew another incident was scheduled to occur the same evening. Oh, Rosie Ringer's murder.
Exactly.
If he had left the body there, it would have interfered with his other plans.
I get it. And he couldn't leave the body in the refrigeration unit for too long either, right?
Indeed not. So while returning to the big building to drop the body off again the following night, he must have observed the fire Sean caused and the Taurosaurus head falling as a result. That's what gave you the idea, wasn't it? To frame Sean for the murder?
Grr.
You made it seem as if the falling head was what killed him so that my son would take the blame.
Despicable coward.
In order to achieve your aim, you lowered the president's body from the balloon to the lot below. And while he was dangling from the rope you used, He was caught on Sean's rehearsal tape. No, how did you see through it all? How? You manipulated people, and you manipulated this case, just as you manipulated animals on the stage. Hey, Captain Chips, Kelly. You're just in time for, the ending. You thought you were all-powerful, but your reign is at an end. The animals look like they're mad with you, Simeon, even Monkey and Azia. They thought you were their friend, but you're not. They're sad and mad all at the same time. Stop it! Stop looking at me like that! Heh, perhaps they will when you finally stop clowning around. You're not cut out for comedy. Your tale is destined to end with a whimper. Sniffle, I don't. Get away from me. Get away from me! Leave me alone! Dad, where are you? I'm so scared. I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong. Nothing. I'm not the bad one. They are. Why, Bronco, why did you stop me from going to see my dad? If only none of them did what they did, I wouldn't have Dad too. I couldn't trust the police. I couldn't trust anybody. I was all alone with nobody to help me. But that man, he helped me. Canis was the only one who ever helped me, so what if I used people I had to? Is that so wrong? No, leave me alone! Leave me alone! Ow, that hurts! Yeah, stop it! Stop! You, no! Ah! No! No! Punched by a gorilla, I know. How is he alive still? It seems the game is up at last. Oh. De-killer. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, may I be the first to congratulate you. You have unmasked the person behind this entire sorry affair. Now I am free to... No! Guns are so clumsy, don't you find? I don't have a gun. Please, do. Not only are you carrying one, you were just about to draw it. He must have stolen it from the president after murdering him. This gentleman betrayed a bond of trust. He knew the so-called president was an impostor, and yet he employed me to kill him nonetheless. There is nothing more dangerous for an assassin than to be lied to about the nature of one's target. If one does not know that what cards one's opponent is holding, one can be very unpleasantly surprised. But that was not your true crime. No, thinking you could deceive me, manipulate me, that is the crime for which you are about to pay. No! Oh dear. Oh my gosh. You! It's been a while, Dick Killer. Step aside, Canis. That man is my target. I would politely ask that you call off this particular job. He'll pay for his crimes, but in prison, not at the end of your blade. And if I refuse, let us just say that I might not take the loss of one's life that I ever saved so too well. You save a life, Bodenharma Canis, the blind butcher himself. Keheheh, preposterous, I know. But yes, I, who have taken so many lives once, chose to preserve one, that of an innocent young pup. And he, in his turn, saved mine. Something of a bond formed between us. Laugh all you like, I know I would. But I would respectfully request that you spare him. As one professional to another, ask that you let this particular target live. So, would the police not be on top of these two, like, instantly at this point, guys? Very well. The boy must mean a lot to you. Thank you. I am in your debt. You need not thank me. I simply see little point in the two of us killing one another. Now then, I bid you all good day. No! Get back here! Every gun in that room would be drawn if this, as in America. Sadly, only Gumshoe has a gun, so I guess,
Guess Decolor would have been gone no matter what. You have my thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. This young pup needed to be shown the error of his ways, and you have done just that. All right. Suppose we'd better be getting back. Our ironclad enclosure awaits. Doesn't it, Helmut? Yes, it does. Oh, hello. You killed my dad, didn't you, old man? I will not lie. I did. My victims deserve to be remembered at the very least. Kehehe. Ah, but I sense a great hatred for me from you, horned pup. In that case... Irk.
Sean, no!
You must not falter, little one. Here, you may use my knife. Take it, and cut my throat. Unsure slice is all it takes. I was growing rather tired of carving my little statues anyway. Kehehe.
Pointing guns, I mean, these guys are dangerous.
Yeah, gotcha.
I want revenge. I want it so badly. Sean, don't do it. But please, Sean, I beg of you. At least, I did until just now. I would have done anything to make you pay, no matter how long it took. Oh, but you should make those who have wronged you pay. It'll make you feel so good, trust me. All the pain, all the suffering, it all goes away. It drowns it all out, numbs it.
Maybe it does, and listening to you, I thought maybe that's what I wanted.
Sean, but it's not just about me. Say I get my revenge, how does that help anybody else? If I become a murderer, my mom suffers 10 times more than I ever would. And so would all the people I work with. They're counting on me, and they worry about me.
Kehehe. Thoughtful words indeed, little one.
Yeah, well, I get it now. I won't ever forgive you, but I shouldn't be the one who gets to punish you. That's what these guys are for. My mom, the prosecutor, people like that. Sean. Wow, you may be young, Sean, but you're way wiser than I'll ever be. You could at least consider trying to better yourself, Kay.
Very well. Then I suppose we'll be on our way. With me, young pup.
On our way? To where?
Where else? To the prison. Our home.
Our home? And with that, the case came to an end. A case that had dragged so many people into its orbit. But as for me, there was one last thing I had to do. Become a prosecutor again!
Pointing guns, I mean, these guys are dangerous.
Yep.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. What's the big idea, big guy? Want to tell us what we're doing here? Mr. Edgeworth, your request has been processed and approved. Huh? Your what now? I've asked for my prosecutor's badge to be reinstated. Your badge? What is the meaning of this? I am returning it. From this day forth, I'm a prosecutor no longer. I still can't believe you did that for me. A great man once said that an attorney's job is to be a friend to the friendless, and to trust his client to show him the way to the truth.
In a sense, as your responsible role model, you have problems.
Yeah, a little bit. You have a couple problems. That man's image will be forever burned into my memory. My father in the courtroom, fighting for those who could not fight for themselves. Good old Gregory. But that was his path, your path. Mine lies elsewhere. Mr. Edgeworth, my path is that of the prosecutor. It always was. Well, then I guess that's that. I'm sorry. No, I dig it. And besides, I can tell by that look in your eye that your mind's made up. It is. Alright then, looks like our work together is diddly done. Just don't come crying to old Eddie if you change your mind. This club's now closed to new members. I understand. Hey, Milester, care to tell me why at least? How come you're so dead set on popping the old prosecutor's hat back on? Better save the game just in case. Because something tells me there's a thing. You once asked me something, Fender. Are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you, one only you can answer. I've been thinking about that question ever since, about how I mean to live my life. And now that this case is over, I think I finally know the answer. I'm going to help people as a prosecutor. But can't you also do that as an attorney? Look at it this way, Simeon Saint was also a victim of sorts. He lost his only parent all those years ago, and with him his ability to believe in a just world. I know how that feels. Oh yeah, where would Simeon Saint go, by the way, on the kill this man list? It kind of wasn't his fault that all of this happened in the first place, but he did do a lot of evil things. To lose somebody so important to you, to lose faith in everything, to doubt everything and be utterly alone, to fight and fight and fight. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty, so I make that my policy. But I was lucky. Somebody was kind enough to save me from myself. We know who that was, right? He's enough of a manipulative prick and willing to put him pretty high. Yeah, I think his father goes even higher, to be honest. Mr. Saint had nobody. He had no faith in the law. He felt that seeking revenge himself was the only option. But I doubt even you imagine that the body double would ever go so far as to co-op over country's police. No, I sure didn't, and as long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He's even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. Lagarde almost got away with it again. I want to help people like him. And how do you plan to do that? If he had been able to rely upon the law, none of this would have happened. Chairman Winter made a mockery of justice and in so doing, drove Mr. Saint away from seeking it. The law is only as good as its practitioners. It can be a shield that keeps people safe from harm, or a sword wielded to wound them. Just one among many of the law's greatest contradictions. You can say that again. Yep, it's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. Law is far from perfect. The kill this man list is something I instate. Villains and generally jerkish characters are rated on the basis of how much you'd like to kill this man. I guess so, huh? Kinda like that. But one cannot solve such contradictions in the law without engaging with it. I don't think an attorney could have saved Mr. Saint, but a prosecutor, a custodian of the law, I think perhaps they could have. I plan to take up my badge again and to confront those contradictions at every turn. Very Miles Areno. I like it. You know, it won't be easy breezy though, right? Fighting the law itself, that's lawyering on hard mode. I understand that, but somebody has to do it. Oh, I don't doubt that. And if it has to be anybody, it should be you. Laws are like people, I guess. They both gotta grow and change. Adapt or perish, am I right? You're going to smash this, I just know it. After all, you're Gregory's boy through and through. And if there's one thing that man did not know how to do, it's give up. Eyes on the prize and straight on till sunset. That was his motto. You know what? I saw that same determination on your face the second you mentioned taking up prosecutoring again. You know what's really grown and changed? Hate to be a great big cheeseball, but you. Only wish your dad were here to see it. He'd be proud as all get out. Fender, thank you. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if you're ready to begin, we can get the ceremony underway. Please. By the power vested in me by the Committee for the Prosecutorial Excellence, I, Verity Gavel, do hereby, in the sight of the Almighty Goddess, reinstate Miles Edgeworth as a servant of the law. Yay! All right, you're a prosecutor again. Best news I've heard all week, sir. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, I got a scoot. Your pops is going to want to know that his kid just signed up for the opposition a second time. Thank you again, Fender, for everything. Don't thank me yet. The next time you see me, it could be across a courtroom. And this face is the whole lot less roguishly charming when it's not on your side of the aisle. I would relish the opportunity to face an attorney trained by my father. I hope that day comes very soon. Alright, Fender. Fender out. Welcome back into the fold, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you, Judge Gavell. I owe you more than I can say. You do? You strove to right the wrongs of the committee from the inside. That must have been a lonely battle indeed. Not at all. I was never truly alone. That's right. You had the goddess of justice on your side. Thank you for teaching me that it's possible to fight in such a way. The contradictions within the committee are like those within the legal systems itself. We aren't able to overcome them, the real truth will forever evade us. I have you to thank for teaching me that, and for setting me on this path. I hereby swear to confront the contradictions that afflict the law, and to overcome them. And I thank you for your commitment to that cause, as does the Almighty Goddess. I truly believe that such efforts are necessary in order for the law to grow and improve. I will look forward to seeing you in the courtroom again soon. As will I. You did not see the best of me when I last oversaw a trial. The next time will be different. I will show you what it means to serve justice with true impartiality. Judge Gavell, I don't mean to call on your motivation into question. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? But, to my mind, the ideal judge is not wholly impartial.
Did he ever leave the fold? He kept finding all of the things information. Huh? Did who leave the fold?
What do you mean? The ideal judge is human. Even in the courtroom, they laugh, they cry, they rage, they smile. And then, when all is said and done, they pass down a judgment based in that very humanity. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but perfection isn't always the loftiest of ideals, and it's certainly not the only thing to strive for. Forgive me, this is my opinion, nothing more. You are right, of course. There are other ways. I thank you for sharing your insights. Mr. Edgeworth, there is another reason I was never truly alone during my lone struggle against Chairman Winner.
Oh, Edgy.
Gotcha. Well, he left, but he kept getting information, somehow. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean. This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope. So no matter how hard things get, no matter how formidable one's opponent, when we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going no matter how hard the road ahead. Mistakes have been made, but we must fix them, for Sean's sake more than anyone's. Like the mistakes he made in the incident in which his father died. So you see, there is something more important even to me than the words of the goddess. Though it maybe anger her to hear me say such things. So that was your secret weapon all along, the strength of your bond with your son. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I should not strive for an unachievable perfection, but I must grow, as a servant of the law and as a mother. That I believe above all else. I see. It seems that we both have plenty still to learn. Indeed, we are neither of us perfect yet. Let us continue along our chosen paths, and continue to grow as we tread them, until we meet again. I will look forward to that day. May the goddess watch over you as you embark upon the next step of your journey. Bye! I lost the title of prosecutor, but now I have regained it, and in so doing I have seen a new way forward, a new path for justice. I'm determined to follow the path until it finally leads me to the truth. No matter how hard it might be, no matter what obstacles may arise, you betide anybody who sent my way, wherever they may be, whatever they might say, will lift up my voice and shout. And there it is, guys! After many long years, I have finally beaten the game! Woo! What'd you all think of it? Did you like the second game? So, Chief, what kind of scoop we looking to land ourselves next, huh? Did I teach you nothing, knucklehead? We're journalists, dang it. Blades are our stock in trade, our bread and butter. You don't just hand that stuff over, not even to your dang apprentice. Sorry, Chief. Guess I still got a whole bunch to learn, huh? Well, alright then, better go track down some leads of my own self. That's the spirit. You go get 'em, champ. Before you mosey on down the way, mind, sharing what kind of leads their leads might be? Huh? But, Chief, you... Come on now, I'm pretty much your editor, ain't I? Can't hold out on to the boss. I'm the boss. Ooh, come on, Chief, that's cold.
Now stage 90, you are ready.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It was worth the wait. It was worth the wait of, many, many years. Did Killer escape again? Yes, he did, probably. My arm wound has yet to fully heal, even now. The bodyguard who inflicted it was a skillful practitioner indeed. I shan't be forgetting him in a hurry. But never mind that now. Time to return to the life of a simple ice cream seller, although I have been thinking that perhaps crepes would be more my speed. Well, no rush. I'm sure there'll be time to ponder the matter before my next job comes in. My favorite part was that the killer was in this game. I'm glad that he made a grand return. But yeah, lots of things was fun. Sure, you might not have knocked me on my butt, wise guy, but I ain't out of the count just yet. To keep my guard up and looking for an opening. Gotta get out of the dump, ain't that right, Teddy? Second the bell rings for the next round of escape shenanigans, will come out swinging. Till then, it's training, and more training.
Yeah, seeing all the familiar characters again.
Like that guy. Was not expecting this guy to be in the game. You want to know if I'm still planning on becoming an animal stylist? Sure, I'm still studying every single day. Still up to my elbows in mud. But I guess it suits me better than being a newspaper salesman. I plan to make it my new career when I finally get out of here. What's that? Is my release a few more years away? Now because I helped Warden Lagarde? Gag! What do you think of being so nice to these stupid freaking animals? I don't care about the freaking license. I want to get out of here. Why me? Welp. To think Payne is thinking of leaving the jail after murdering someone. Regina! Yeah, you lost your person. I was so shocked when I learned what Simeon had been up to this whole time. I trusted him. I was his boss. Still, can't sit around being sad forever, I guess. The show must go on. We can't let the magic department and the ventriloquy department get the better of us. We'll lighten up that stage and blow away the competition and all those awful memories with it. Aw, still so positive. So what did you all think of this whole series as a whole? Like the Ace Investigations games? Did you like this one better? I must have gotten soft in my old age, haven't I? Boy, yes, I have. 18 years ago I saved a life, and the troublesome child is still keeping me busy to this day. Now here we are, back in a cage. Well, we'll have company soon at least, won't we, boy? Yes, our friend the pup. Things certainly won't be dull with him around. No, they won't.
I feel like the story on this one isn't as consistent as the first, but this is a solid entry.
It is. Answered a lot of questions, about some of the older games. What dessert shall we eat? Chocolate cake, sticky and sweet. Oh, so soft, fluffy and light. You'll be dreaming of it tonight. I'll always be waiting for you, Judy. And I'll come visit you every day, just like you and Eddie did when I was in here. We have so much to thank him and Mr. Edgeworth for. Most of all, the fact that I get to eat your delicious desserts again, Samson. Heh, and not just you. They gave me permission to help keep providing sweet treats to everyone here. Because spreading the gospel of candy making for all these years is finally paying off. Yeah, that poor guy was arrested for gosh knows how many years. Crazy stuff. Oh, this little lady. I forgot about her. Oh, hello, sweeties. Fancy seeing you here. I owe you a great big thank you, you know. And dear old Gurgy Pegleg too, of course. After all, it's thanks to all of you that I can eat Sammy Poople sweets again. I'm even thinking of making a lovely medicine out of them. I'm going to call it Snacker's Delight. It makes your stomach so small you can only eat snacks. So you can get skinny as a 10 peg and love every minute. I'm going to make a fortune.
I don't know about that. Larry. Freaking Larry.
Man, I've met so many beautiful people now and drawn so many beautiful sketches. Lulu isn't the biggest fan of my new work, though. She took one look at my sketchbook and hit me over the head with it. Bam, just like that. And, then she left. Guess that's one less beautiful person in my life now. So I've got a big decision ahead of me. Do I follow my art or follow my heart? Art or follow my heart. By heart, I mean new girlfriend. You got that right?
And we'll never see Larry again. Except, oh wait, we did. Larry was the greatest villain. He always is.
Hey, it's Detective Bad. Badster, the Badinator. Seriously though, thanks for the assist today, good buddy.
Pah, you want me to talk about IS-7? I'll talk all day. Sounds like that Edgeworth kid is doing good work.
Yeah, Mazzarino chose a different path from his old man in the end. A path that means we can't work together, but that won't stop me looking in on him from time to time.
Heh, you've come pretty far yourself.
Holy macaroni, a compliment from Big Bad, Detective Bad? Am I dreaming? Well, flattery will get you everywhere, old pal. You ever need a little Fender magic, just say the word.
Good to see present-day Bad again.
Oh yeah, those two. Looks like they'll be letting me off a little easier than I thought for what I did. I guess because I told them I was kind of forced to do it. Ouch!
Ain't no such thing as easy when it comes to crime, dang fool child.
Sorry, Grandma. I still feel awful about it, of course. But I'm just so glad I get to stay out here with you. What's that? You think we should be getting back to work? Hee hee, I guess you're right. Can't keep the dead waiting.
Oh my gosh.
Who else? Who else is gonna make an appearance?
Emma, of course. Science saves the day again, huh? Good thing I happen to be around, right? Even if I do have to jump right back on a plane again and go back to Europe. All this flying around is gonna get tiring. Still, it's all part of becoming a first-class forensic investigator. Guess I'd better get going. Oh, but if you ever need me, just say the word, okay? I'll come running. You know I will.
Yep. See you in, Apollo Justice.
Feel like flattery will only get you everywhere with Fender when he likes you.
I guess so.
Compliments. Fender complimenting everyone. Franziska! The greater one's father, the greater the pressure to be great. But Eustace Winner, was it? He has chosen his own path now, and he will be tested. Just as I was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live as a prosecutor over how his own father lived. That, too, is a valid answer to the question we've all had to wrestle with.
Fender doesn't seem like he's all that dumb.
Yeah, he's got some brains under that noggin.
Lang. My father hid a secret, bore a burden. I could only have imagined. I thought only of my family name. He thought of so much more. He thought of our entire nation. I mean to carry on that legacy, to fulfill his last great wish. Even if our president was an imposter, even if the real president is long dead. Even if it takes all my effort and all my man's effort, Zhangfa will rise again. I can't wait for you to see it.
Someone should tell Lang it's not real. Time for the sleep. Good night, stars! I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Or the next day, or someday. Be awesome.
I gave up on the whole the winner thing. Told everybody to stop calling me that. Because I didn't win. My dad did it all for me. I'm going to start again from scratch. I won't let what he did ruin everything. And pretty soon I'll be better than him and better than Edgeworth, so watch out. Now, first order of business, get a new nickname. And we never saw him again. Good night. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, Penny Nichols, I forgot about you. And Powers. Well, it was eventful to say the least, but we got it done and the movie's going down great. I think the murder stories and the gossip magazines might have helped. Big Bad Man emergence from Big Bad Bull. Revealed the true face of monster behind Zengfa President murder plot. Huh? Wait, this is a picture of you, Mr. Powers. What? But why? Hey, it's not so bad. After all, it'll make people come and see the movie, right? Yeah, I guess. Poor Mr. Powers. And we can't forget about Sean. I very much enjoyed the movie, Sean. It's nothing. It wasn't even a big part. The boy who befriended both Taurosaurus and Gordy, it don't come any bigger than that. And it was a role you were born to play. You think? Well, it would be cool to be in the sequel, I guess. And I kinda like acting. Hey, can we pick something up before we head back? I wanted to get some lion lilies for my dad. Of course, and I will buy some too, for Amelie. You know, the real dad, not the fake one. Phew, it's been a busy few days, huh, sir? Unbelievably so. How did so many important cases all come along at once? There's never a dull moment when I'm around. Guess I'm just lucky that way. Wait, so all that stuff happened because of you? No, Gummy, how could you say that? And yet, I don't think the good detective is entirely wrong. Well, Kay, what now? Will you be returning to your thieving practice? Yeah, good question. What? You're not sure? How can I put this? I guess I feel like I've been trying to follow in my father's footsteps this whole time, you know? Trying to become a great thief just like he was. The Yatagarasu, or a Yatagarasu at least. But, watching how this all planned out, for you, Mr. Edgeworth, it got me thinking that maybe I need to get out from under his shadow, and live my own life too. Just like how you decided not to do the whole attorney thing. It's time to make our own fate. She's right. After all, nothing thrives in the shade. I'm going to be my own hero. That sounds like an admirable plan indeed. Won't be giving up the name, though. Can't not be the Yatagarasu, right? Whatever name you pick, you'll always be Kay to us, Kay, and you'll always be a hero. Aw, thanks, Gummy. You'll always be my Gummy, too. You bet I will, and I'll be doing my detective thing just as hard as always. So I'll be counting on you, sir. Yes, and I'll be counting on you, too, detective. Just as I've been counting on you these last few days. You've helped us out too many times to mention. I think your next salary review may come as a pleasant surprise. Huh? Huh? Wait, you mean... What's the matter? I'm saying I'll see to it that you get paid a little more, detective. You will? This is unbelievable, sir. No way. Go, Gummy. It's like a dream come true. I can finally leave the instant noodle life behind. But don't think I'll be letting you rest on your laurels. Your work won't be getting any easier. Help you understand that? Yes, sir. Understood, sir. I'll give you everything I've got. Just you wait and see. Ender and Judge Gavel set me on a new path in life. A path on which I will face down every contradiction that the law has to present. A path at whose end lies the ultimate truth. But can I really do this? I'll need to give it some serious thought. It certainly won't be easy. Nonetheless... Mr. Edgeworth, there is another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winner. Someone else was with me, someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean. This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope. When we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going no matter how hard the road ahead. Heh, so that was your secret weapon all along. Strength of your bond with your son. The strength of my bonds. Oh, I almost forgot. What is it? I was trying to find other members for my Yatagarasu team, right? I do vaguely remember something about that. I never even found a single one. We were going to be unstoppable in our quest to steal the truth. So much for that little pipe dream. You're kidding, right? You already have a team. A team that can solve any case the world cares to throw at it. Huh? Yeah, I guess I do. The prosecutor, the detective, and the great thief. Between the three of us, we can hunt down the truth, put it in handcuffs, and steal it once and for all. I can't help feeling a little sorry for the truth in that case. As long as the three of us stick together, we got nothing to fear. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Gumshoe gets his dues, he does. Indeed, nothing at all. My father followed his own path, right to the end. And now I follow a path of my own making too. But not alone, I have some colorful companions to help me. As long as they're beside me, I won't lose my way. It's a new path and a new me. And I'll be walking it as a prosecutor, not an attorney. My father's path and mine are different. But they're not as separate as they may seem. Though the routes differ, the destination is the same. Because, of course, both end at the truth. Yay! Poor Edgy being implicated in case schemes. Yep. The end! Sadly, Kay vanished, and we've never seen Gumshoe since. But Edgeworth became the chief prosecutor at some point. So, good for him. And that's it, guys. The Ace Attorney Investigations collection is done. All done, folks. Let's check out the gallery real quick. It said new things. Oh, a well-worn organizer. Wow. So I did miss a couple of things. Did miss a couple of achievements here, including the all other achievements achievement. But I'll get them eventually. I'll get them on my own at some point. Photo album. The photo album's done. Yay! But yeah, this game was great. I had a fun time. Yeah, I was confused like 100% of the time, but I got through it, and I had a good time doing it. Even though I'm the biggest idiot ever, I still enjoyed this game a lot. And I hope all of you did too. Everything's done! Woo! The rabbits are done. Everything here is done. This is done. Clown guy is done. I just want to see it happen again. Punch! And then Elephant took him. But yep, fun game. Did you guys like it too? Would you guys ever want another one? Ace Attorney Investigations 3. Electric Boogaloo. Special exhibits. Are these the special exhibits? Art! Next. Here we go. Gotta love the artwork, guys. Look at that, we even have a manga here.
Real quick, I want to see if I can get one of those accolades real quick. Do you mind terribly if I do a thing, guys? Quite terribly. I think I can do checked or select. This section contains spoilers. Proceed. Okay. No, not the argument. Secret. Following the trail. Alright, maybe I won't be able to find it. I want to find, the one thing. It was the mine chest thing? Yeah, it was the mine chest thing for what's his name? This, maybe? This might be it. One of the things was say the worst possible thing to Eustace during the mine chest thingy. What do you say, guys? We check one more thing, and then that'll be that. Anyone, oppose? Anyone say no? No? Alrighty. How you doing today, Kenny Lee? You're just in time for this game. You know what I can do? Autoplay. I can't autoplay, actually. Options. Let me check something. Here we go. Normal, slow, fast. Story mode, here we go. It's not moving! Story mode's not working, guys! Whoops. But yeah, how's your day, Kenny Lee? You're alright? Watched a lot of streams today, huh? Watched a lot of stuff. Do I know you? Does I know who Hedgewolf is? Who was already in the stream earlier? Alright, so we find him. He's sad because he was kidnapped. He's very sad. I changed my mind. Let's go back to autoplay again. You looked for most of the stream? For all of that stream? Or for all of this stream? Or for all of the previous streams? This mode was very interesting, by the way. I didn't understand it that well, but it was it was all right. What did you guys think of the mine chest thing added to this game? Did you like it? Did you not like it? You're a total failure of a human being. I've noticed something over the short time we've known one another, Eustace. You're utterly worthless. Don't you think you should just start over? Try to learn to be a decent human being from scratch? You? Sniffle? What? Calm down, I'm not done yet. I don't care, I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear what anybody has to say. Ack, I pushed him too far. Dead. Immediately dead. Why don't you just leave me alone, Sniffle? You think I'm going to trust you? I don't trust anybody anymore. Curses. So I took damage. The mine chest thing is actually brilliant in your opinion, but it needed to be slightly clearer indications of what you need to bide. So if there is a third game, maybe it'll be more, you know what I mean? It's an interesting concept, but unclear in execution. Very true. So make it even better next time. People that made this game. Whoa, Taurosaurus is back. But yeah, I think I'm good, guys. I think I'm all set. I'm all done. Like I said, I'll be playing, here it is. How could you, sir? I'll be playing, A Hat in Time, like I said. I'll be playing as Bo Kid. And actually, since I don't have anything for this slot either, I think I'm only going to be playing A Hat in Time until Yeast 10 comes out. 'Cause I got nothing else to play, to be honest, if you can believe it. But yeah, Hat in Time. That'll take all of 3 days. You never know. Maybe I'll want to do everything in the game. But yeah, take care. Thanks for coming, Kenny Lee, even though you saw a little tiny bit of it. But thanks for coming, Edgeworth and Captain Chips and Star and Mafia. I don't know if she's still here either. But I hope all of you are well. Tomorrow's multiplayer day, so get ready for more multiplayer stuff. And yeah, y'all have a good one. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.